Hello and welcome everybody to Bandwagon Sports. I am your host, Cade Navarro, and it is a Friday show, our second ever Friday show. Last night, a lot of sports going on. We had Thursday night football, and then this weekend we have UFC fights and NFL football. So today, we are going to be covering a lot of sports. We're going to have to pile it all in here. So bandwagoners, y'all strap down. Y'all listen. Y'all have a blessed Friday. Let's hop right into the action. We got Raiders versus Chargers. An absolute monster of a game. We got the most ever points scored by the Raiders and the most ever points given up by the Los Angeles Chargers. We had Easton Stick, his first ever start as a quarterback. Easton Stick went to North Dakota State. He was back up to Carson Wentz and then started 2 years. And then Trey Lance was his successor. He won 4 FCS championships, 2 of them being at starter. So you would expect this dude to be pretty damn solid. I think he went 49-3 over his entire FCS career. So this dude is slanging the ball, offensive wizard. So I expected a much better performance from him. And then you got Aiden O'Connell. Wasn't looked out of high school. Ended up transferring to Purdue. Sat there for 5-6 years. Ended up playing and then getting drafted to the Las Vegas Raiders. So we had 2 backup quarterbacks in tonight, and we had a monster performance. Los Angeles Chargers would probably 4 or 5 turnovers, just turning it over every single drive. We had Aiden O'Connell just slanging dimes, I think with like 4 touchdowns. The dude was just going crazy. Aiden O'Connell, 20 for 34, 248 yards, 4 touchdowns. Zahir White, 17 carries on 69 yards and 1 touchdown. Devontae Adams, 8 receptions for 101 yards, 1 touchdown. Easton Stick ended up with 3 touchdowns, 1 interception, 257 yards. And Josh Palmer with 4 receptions, 113 yards, and 1 touchdown. Stats look good, but it was not good. All those Easton stats were all in the second half. Wasn't able to get anything done. I think Raiders went into halftime 49-0. So just absolutely rolling. Shout out to the LA Chargers fan. It's been a rough year for them, but I genuinely hope that this lady right here is doing all right, that she's not crying, that she's not having the worst ever Friday after that monstrosity. So we hope she's still cheering them on, still going for the Vikings as well, and having a great day. But we have Aiden O'Connell and the Las Vegas Raiders defense just absolutely going ham. Let's check some of these out. Aiden O'Connell with the dime down the field. Woo! Reviewed. Got both feet in. Hell of a throw right there. Hell of a throw. Just putting it on him, Aiden O'Connell. Don't get me wrong. This is all in the first quarter. Bang! Number 2. Let's get a third.
We love that he's been there and done it as a player, and we respect him
Second
as a coach,
quarter.
but he gets these players to really buy in.
Let's get a fumble. Strip it from him. They were just giving it up left and right.
First down from the 20-yard line. O'Connell.
Another Aiden O'Connell bomb.
Touchdown Raiders.
Slanging it. Raiders, baby. That's why we're repping them today. Because they had an absolute monster of a game.
Second and goal. Myers is going to
Kobe Myers. with a touchdown pass to Devontae Adams. Everybody was slinging it. Boom! The one-handed pick six. I hope they show the other angle of this, but that was incredible.
I mean, there are bad dreams, and there are...
Raiders just firing on all cylinders. Just going absolutely crazy. Last week, or 4 days ago, they played the Minnesota Vikings, lost 3-0, put up 0 points. Not a single point. And now this week, they have 42 points going into half versus the Chargers. So from 0 to 42. Chargers just must be that bad. They must just be an awful team. Especially with Justin Herbert out. It shows just how bad they are. Justin Herbert out. Keenan Allen out. Mike Williams out. Everybody's out for the Chargers. Not looking good for them. But a monster of a performance from the Raiders. We had a big man sack. Easton Stick just gets absolutely demolished. Big man picks it up. Guy runs it in. Running 17 miles per hour. This looks slow as hell just because he's a big old man, but he was running 17 miles per hour.
Stick. Watching the ball.
See,
Here's the
there we go.
right here. He gets his hands
Got the
on
miles per hour radar.
A goal line
Get
in
it.
front of
Go.
him.
Go.
14.
Go.
50 up to 17 miles an hour. Just to put that in perspective.
So Tyreek Hill can run about 22 miles per hour. So this big man, this big old 6'6", probably 300-pound man, is running 17 miles per hour. That's 5 miles per hour slower than the cheetah. So this dude was moving. Got to talk to Chargers head coach at halftime. I'm surprised he even talked.
This wasn't good enough. That wasn't us out there. Did not come ready to play. Second half we got to fight for pride. But it's a good group. We got to regroup at halftime. Come out and try to play a better second half.
Thank you, Coach.
Appreciate the...
Poor coach. He was asked in interviews after the game whether he should be the head coach tomorrow morning. So we'll see if any news comes out about that. I'm sure he will. He's been there for a while. He's got Justin Herbert out. He's got Keenan Allen, Mike Williams out. He's got his entire offense out. He hasn't had Kyren Williams all year, so not Kyren Williams. Shiesta. So they haven't had their running back all year either. So you hope he's doing fine. I'm sure he's going to be fine. But Chargers down so bad that when they finally scored, they had to tweet, "We scored." And this was their first touchdown of the game. It was to Josh Palmer. We saw he had 113 yards. 79 of them were on one touchdown pass. I think this was just a little fluke. Nobody really was covering him. They're up 49-0. They're up 7 touchdowns. And just absolutely doing his thing. Yeah, most points the Raiders have ever scored in franchise history. You got to feel bad for the Chargers. But, hey, Aiden O'Connell, when he's able to sit back there, step back, throw some dimes, he looks like a solid quarterback. Let's see. We're going to hop into our second ever program of Bandwagon Sports. And it is none other than Fighting is cool. So this weekend we have UFC 296, Edwards versus Covington. Big matchups this week. Huge card to end the year. We're going to go over the press conference that happened last night, and we're also going to go over the matchups and give our picks. give our picks for these UFC fights. So we got a cool visual here, a little poster. Leon Edwards, Colby Covington. Covington coming off 1 loss, 1 win. Edwards apparently hasn't lost in like 7 or 8 years on a huge winning streak. Colby in the press conference was talking about, hey, when you poke that guy in the eye, there was a no contest, that breaks your record. That breaks your winning streak. So we got champ Leon Edwards fighting number 1 contender Colby Covington. Breaking news of this card, we had Ian Machado Gary out. He was supposed to fight Vicente Luque. Apparently he contracted pneumonia. There was going to be a lot of controversy coming into this. Colby talking a lot of shit to him. Apparently some news came out about old Ian Machado Gary. First news starting off in the sports world is he changed his name. He was Ian Gary, and now he is Ian Machado Gary. He did this so that his wife's child, who's not his child, would have the same last name as his mom, so he wouldn't have to switch it up. That was apparently the thing. But her ex-husband is now officially Ian Machado Gary's nutritionist. So we have ex-husband on the team. We have Ian Machado Gary's wife. I think she's 20 years older than him. Has a kid. Made him change his last name. So huge controversy. We got Sean Strickland hopping in here, saying, hey, he knows when he's seen it. When some dude's being a cuck. When some dude is not, or is being manipulated, is being controlled. That there's people there supporting him not liking it, firing back. Most of the time it was his wife firing back. But obviously we know Colby Covington is going to hop in, say his words. Colby's always got some words. Here's Dana White talking about
the flu that turned into pneumonia. So that fight is off and is not happening. It is true. All right, guys, I know it's out there. There's some speculation that Ian Gary.
So you hate to see him off the card. This would have been an electric press conference. Just them going back and forth. In Ian Gary's last fight, he was sitting there telling his opponent to just shut up because he made a comment about he's going to beat him like his dad beat him growing up, beat Ian. And he was like, we should not be joking around about child abuse. I have a child. We should not be joking around about any of this stuff. And so Ian Machado Gary, very cringe, would literally just start like screaming, trying to talk over him. So this guy thinks he's all that. He thinks he's speaking up for a greater good. But this dude is a liberal cuckold. This dude doesn't know how he is being manipulated. Like, Ian Machado, you don't have pneumonia. You pulled out of this fight because you were scared to talk to Colby. You pulled out of this fight because your manager, your wife, wanted you out of this fight. She didn't want you to have to sit up there and defend her. She wants you to be a cuck. Ian, be a man. Keep your last name. Be a good father to your child or to your wife's child. Show them that you're a man. Just because you fight doesn't mean you're a man. Stand up for what is right. Ian Machado Gary out of the fight card. First thing Colby says when he hops up on stage. Hey everybody, who in this crowd has fucked Ian Machado Gary's wife? And the whole crowd goes, starts going crazy. Colby, even with Ian Gary out, still had to put in his 2 cents. So, Ian Machado, you got to be there. You got to be standing up for yourself. You didn't have pneumonia. You faked it. You got out of the card. Good job. But that was just piss poor. You need to stand up. You need to be there. You need to just get railed. You need to just take it. You need to hear it. Anyways, moving on. We got Colby Covington saying many things, making a lot of enemies during this. You got Colby Covington talking shit to Stephen Thompson. You had Colby Covington talking shit to Tony Ferguson. You had Leon Edwards throwing the mic at Colby Covington. As we see here, after Colby makes a comment about his deceased dad, he said he's going to send him to the seven levels of hell with his dad. So a little touchy subject. We're gonna watch the beginning of this. You got Leon just hitting Leon just chunking a mic at Colby. Well, hopefully, there it is. There she is. So Leon just absolutely getting livid, not liking that. As we see, we got Colby's outfit. We see him wearing the patriotic suit. Him talking about the redcoats. How they're all just going to get destroyed by America. Redcoats meaning Paddy Pimblett on this card. Leon Edwards. Any of the Englishmen. So him wanting to keep America great again. Getting those redcoats out of there. Love to see the fit. He's always just a polarizing figure in the sports world. We got even Colby talking to Tony. And he was like, y'all aren't American, whatever, all this stuff. And Tony speaks up and he's like, I'm more American than you are. And you got Colby being like, hey, dude, I'm going for you. This is Team America. And Tony keep going back and forth, and then they finally get together, and they're both just like, all right, you're right. America! America, fuck yeah! So, you see them coming together. Like I said, Colby and Thompson kind of get into it. I don't think Thompson respects Colby at all. As people have talked about Colby in the past, I guess he is not like this. He just puts on a performance for the people. I love the performance. I'm always a fan of the Colby Chaos Covington show. But obviously pushing some boundaries. Yeah, we got Paddy.
Country doesn't even like you, dude.
Well,
Paddy
just because
Pimblett,
everyone likes
Tony
you here, lad,
Ferguson.
it's going to be funny when you're on the
Go
floor
at it.
asleep on Saturday night.
I don't even f***ing care about you, dude. I don't even.
I know you don't. I don't care about you. You're just another obstacle in the way, lad.
You
You're
care
gonna
about
get
me
knocked
blocking
out
you on
Saturday,
Instagram.
lad.
That's what you care about. You care about the most stupidest shit.
No, I
I'm
don't.
more worried about everybody else
Lad,
than
you
what they
must
think
care
rather than
because
fucking
you
showing up
blocked
Saturday.
me. I'm not that much of a little pussy to block someone on Instagram.
You know what? I'm not that sensitive,
Yeah.
bitch. I didn't even have to fucking look at
Little
you.
sensitive boy. Don't call me a little
motherfucker.
boy. I made you
Bro,
my
just
little
call
boy
him
making you
sausage.
block.
Go make me a cup of tea.
Pussy.
Paddy calling Tony Ferguson. Just a sausage? You're just a sausage? So, electric press conference between Colby, Leon, Tony, and Paddy. Tony always a good press conference showing. He always looks like he's in the Matrix. He's one of the agents or something. Alright, let's just hop right into the action. We got old Leon Edwards as the main event, fighting Colby Chaos Covington. Leon Edwards coming off 2 wins against Kamaru Usman. And that is how he gained his belt. Colby Covington had lost to Kamaru Usman the last 2 times he had fought him. But as Colby said, Colby fought him when he was in his prime. Edwards fighting him at the end. So Edwards has 3 losses, one of them being to Kamaru Usman, when they were first coming up in the UFC scene and going undefeated ever since then. Got the Englishman. Colby went 5 rounds with Kamaru Usman, both fights. It being a brawl, him actually wobbling Usman, doing a lot of damage, staying in there. Crazy fight. Leon Edwards getting absolutely mauled the first fight, and then has a spectacular knockout in like the last round. Throws a right kick straight to Kamaru Usman's dome, and we hear the most legendary post-game interview that I've ever heard in my life. Bang! Headshot! Dead! Bang! Headshots! Dead! Pound for pound! Headshots! Dead! Electric. Just love seeing the emotions come out. That was probably my favorite moment from Leon Edwards. And then him coming back, fighting Kamaru Usman again because everyone thought it was just a fluke. But him coming out and absolutely destroying Usman. Keeping that welterweight belt. But Leon, type of fighter, he is a striker. And then we got Colby as a wrestler. Grew up wrestling in college. So we're gonna see a clash in fighting styles. We always love to see the striker versus the grappler. But last time, Leon obviously went against the grappler. Kamaru Usman, he was able to stop takedowns and actually get a takedown of his own. So if Colby isn't able to get him to the ground, this will be a stand-up brawl. So that is what I'm expecting. Leon, good takedown defense, and Colby Covington just bringing it to him, brawling. And last time we saw someone bring it to him to Leon Edwards was Nate Diaz. And Nate Diaz got almost knocked out Edwards in the 5th round. So caught him and didn't really hop on the opportunity. But if Colby is going to be relentless, he's going to hop on that. He's going to take him down. He's going to ground and pound. So we're going to take underdog Colby Covington in America, beating Leon Edwards and gaining the welterweight championship belt. We got the co-main event. We got Alexander Pantoja versus Brandon Royval. Seen Brandon fight a few times, not much. Pantoja just came off a win against Brandon Moreno, gaining the flyweight belt. This is a flyweight title fight. Pantoja looking amazing. I think he hadn't lost a fight except for losing to Brandon Moreno. So for him to avenge that loss, this dude is an absolute beast, and he's a slight favorite. Brandon Royval, you got 5'9", he's got 4 inches on him, got an extra pound on him, younger, longer reach. Looks like takedown accuracy, 100%. Submission average. So it looks like this dude's a little submissioner. Look it. Give me the American Brandon Royval to pull off the upset. I'll take the bigger man. I'll take the American boy. Next we got Stephen Thompson fighting Shavkat Rakhmonov. Rakhmonov, 17-0. Heavy favorite versus Stephen Thompson. Oh my goodness. Massive favorite. Another welterweight fight. Who knows? This could be the next title fight we could see. We could see Rakhmonov definitely going to be a welterweight top contender. Rakhmonov coming off massive wins in the UFC. Stephen Thompson, very entertaining Karate Kid. But man, I don't see Stephen Thompson getting this one done. We got striker versus striker and grappler. These Kazakhstan people, they are just, I mean, it looks like he has no emotion on his face at all. He's literally just standing there at the press conference just like, I'm going to kill. So, I think I'd take Rachmanov by submission to Stephen Thompson. So give me Rachmanov in the main event. Not the main event, in the main card. Next we got old Tony Ferguson coming off like 6 or 7 losses, facing Paddy Pimblett. Paddy Pimblett, another heavy favorite, is an electric figure in England. He usually fights in the O2. He's usually got all the UK crowd repping him. Oh, Paddy the Baddy. Oh, Paddy the Baddy. Oh, Paddy the Baddy. So we got Paddy Pimblett, electric figure. Wouldn't say he's a Conor McGregor, but he is getting near that. He's gonna have to win some titles, but the people love him. The people love Fatty Paddy. They love old Paddy Pimblett. His signature move is the just going crazy. But Tony Ferguson, former lightweight champ, had an insanely long winning streak, and then now has lost like 7 of his last fights. So him just, I think, fighting Nate Diaz and then fighting a few other people, literally just doing it. It looks like just for the money. I think Tony Ferguson, this camp, has been training with David Goggins, not a fighting coach, but the dude has been going through it. I think he completed the first ever person to complete Hell Week with David Goggins. So Paddy was saying, hey, that's nothing. You're just doing cardio. Anyone can do cardio. But that's coming from Paddy the Fatty. So give me Paddy Pimblett, ground and pound or submission, taking out Tony Ferguson. Now, Tony Ferguson, very durable man. We've seen him doing all this cardio, doing this stuff with David Goggins. He usually just gets pounded and pounded. But give me Paddy Pimblett coming back. Hasn't fought in a while. Beating Tony Ferguson. Just absolutely just mauling him. Next we got Josh Emmett and Bryce Mitchell. Bryce Mitchell coming in short notice. Bryce coming off 2 recent losses. Was an undefeated fighter. Bryce, thug, nasty Mitchell. This is a big fight for Mitchell. Josh Emmett, I don't know what contender he is in featherweight, but massive fight for him. Jumping up. This could allow Thug Nasty to jump up the ranks quite quickly. Thug Nasty with 2 hurricane submissions, twister submissions. Lives on a farm in Arkansas. Just a big old country boy. They got the camo shorts made just for this man. This man is a true American. Josh Emmett, another American boy. We saw him fight in Australia last, losing to the Panther, Mexican boy, who is now interim champ. Or I guess is Alexander Volkanovski who fought him that? I'm not really sure. But anyway, Josh Emmett losing his last fight. So for Thug Nasty to take this one, this will be a massive, massive fight for him. And if he can pull this one off, this would be huge. You got Josh Emmett just looking like an absolute unit. He's a striker. You got Thug Nasty, though. Little ground and pound specialist, jiu-jitsu expert. So we're going to see if Bryce Mitchell can get him to the ground. He's always proven to finish his opponents off. Always proven to just beat the shit out of these guys. But if he can't get it on the ground, I think Josh Emmett wins the fight. So for this pick, with the favorite, Bryce Mitchell. Give me Bryce. Thug Nasty. Mitchell taking down Josh Emmett. Doing the thing. We would have seen Ian Machado Gary and Vicente Luque on here, but we are not seeing it anymore. These next few fights, not much that I really know, other than we got Cody Garbrandt fighting again in bantamweight. Setting alright last few showings, but see, coming off of a win. But 2 losses before that. Kai Kara-France just getting absolutely knocked the fuck out. Cody Garbrandt back in the winning column. We'll see if he can win another versus Brian, whoever the fuck this is, Kelleher. Casey O'Neill. Alright. And then tonight, we got Jake Paul fighting Andre August. Jake Paul, 7-1 boxer, 4 knockouts. Andre August, 10-1 boxer, 5 knockouts. It's Jake Paul boxing yet another professional boxer with a winning record and that has more knockouts than Jake Paul. So he's wanting to prove that, hey, he is a real boxer. He wants to do it the right way. Fight a bunch of boxers coming up and eventually, inevitably, get to Canelo. That is his goal, to fight Canelo and win the world championship. So this is going to be the first step. Probably after this, we see him fight maybe Tommy Fury again. Not much hype has come around this card. Didn't even know it was tonight till last night. So we have Jake Paul, Andre August. We got a little press conference action right here with their little face-off. You got Jake Paul acting a fool as always. Both look to be big boys. I think they weighed in at 199. So they're fighting at 200. Jake Paul's the last few fights fighting at 185. So a little step up. Looks like he's fighting a thick boy. We'll see how Jake Paul does against the professional boxer. But give me, let's see if we can find this. Give me old Jake Paul to win this fight. By knockout, I don't know. But give me Jake Paul to get it done. Let's see here. So I guess they're not showing it. Yeah, Jake Paul card tonight. We're rolling with old Jake Paul. Getting a knockdown, maybe not a knockout, but getting a knockdown, outboxing Andre August and getting the win, advancing to 8-1 as a professional record. And then we'll see where he goes from here, taking it serious, fighting an actual boxer, showing that, hey, he wants to do this the right way. So, hey, this is just the first step in the path to his world championship. Hopping into some college football action. That is the end of our Fighting is Cool segment. Hopping into college football, we got Jalen Milroe expected to return to Alabama next season. Could he be a Heisman contender this next season? Him having a great year, but obviously having some older quarterbacks that have been in college football for over 5 years at those top spots. So Jalen Milroe, hey, maybe with this year of experience, we see him having an incredible season. He threw for 2,718 yards and 23 touchdowns, rushed for 468 yards and 12 touchdowns. So getting it done on the feet, just like Jaden Daniels. This next year, if he can put up some absolutely crazy numbers through the air, on the ground, we could see him as a top Heisman candidate. Big news in the Texas world. Let's put our Texas hat on. Put our Texas hat on, boys. This is going to be a rough one right here. Malik Murphy decides to enter the transfer portal. So we saw Malik Murphy come in after Quinn Ewers was out for 2 games and hold it down for Texas, lead them to 2 victories. He showed that, hey, he is a stud. He can get it done. He can win at the highest level. Malik Murphy, I think he's 6'5", 260 pounds, behemoth of a man. But with Quinn Ewers staying another year and Arch Manning staying at the University of Texas, it looks like Malik Murphy will be in that number 3 spot. This dude should be playing at other schools. He should be a starter at any other school. So shout out to Malik Murphy and what he did for the Texas program. And we hope to see him have success this next season. But him saying, it's nothing about Texas at all. I'm doing this purely for me and my future. In my eyes, I will always be a Longhorn and a part of this great team. Almost just brings tears to my eyes with all the things that he did this past year. He says, I hate it. I'm super invested in this team. Everything that they've done along the way and all the work we put in together. It's hard to walk away, especially at this point during the season. So him leaving Texas before the college football playoff, he will not be in the college football playoff. If anything happens to Quinn Ewers, we will see Arch Manning step in at quarterback. So Malik Murphy, we thank you for your service. We thank you for everything that you've done. We thank you for buying into the program. And we hope the best for you at wherever you go. We see that you are already being highly sought after by Georgia, South Carolina, USC, Duke, Oregon State, Baylor, Syracuse. Georgia probably going to have Beck come back. South Carolina, I think you got Desmond Ridder probably out of there. So he would be able to take over there. I could see him as Gamecock. USC, you got Caleb Williams going to the draft. That could be a potential great place to land to with them going to the Big Ten. Syracuse, I guess Big Orange. I guess they've been an all right program. Baylor, not doing very well. They're going to need some help. He'd be right down the road, staying in the Big 12. Oregon State, you got Ule Youngavale transferring out. You got their other quarterback transferring out. So it would be wide open for him to play at Oregon State. They were a top 10 team this year. With them, I think they are also going to the Big Ten, so that would be a massive pickup. That would be a good place to land as well. Good defensive school. Duke, their head coach, and Riley Leonard, their starting quarterback, leaving. This could open it up for Duke as well. They have to play some smash mouth football. I don't know if he's too much of a runner, but hey, we could see him definitely doing it there. But man, Malik Murphy, can we get a little moment of silence for my boy Malik? All right, that's going to do it for the college football segment, and then Tommy DeVito. Tommy DeVito, first undrafted rookie in the NFL to win 3 straight games and 0 interceptions. Is this man the next Tom Brady? Did the New York Giants just land the next Tom Brady? Undrafted rookie to win 3 straight games and throw 0 interceptions. Slanging it. 246 yards, 3 touchdowns against Washington. 191 yards, 1 touchdown against New England. 158 yards, 1 touchdown against Green Bay. He's just having one hell of a season. We just saw his agent get inducted into the Italian Hall of Fame. So these Italian boys, Tommy Cutlet, these little mafia bosses, they are getting it done. On the field, off the field. You love to see it for old Tommy DeVito. So keep slinging it, Tommy. They got Darren Waller coming back off of IR. So, hey, he's got another weapon to throw it to. Tommy DeVito. Tommy DeVito. That's it. That's all I can say. For this week's Week 15 schedule, we got Thursday Night Football last night, and we got 3 Saturday matchups. We got Minnesota versus the Bengals. We got Broncos versus the Lions. Steelers versus the Colts. Let's see if we can bring up these old NFL matchups. It's a Saturday slate. Vikings, Bengals. We've got, let's see, we got Cincinnati -3, over under 40.5. We got Nick Mullins coming in for Vikings. Josh Dobbs getting replaced, getting benched. Now officially the backup. Nick Mullins has been in the system all year, so he knew it a little better than Josh Dobbs. So we'll see if old Nick Mullins can get it done. I think you got Keontae Mitchell as starting quarterback or starting running back this week with Madison out. So you got a brand new offense pretty much. I think Justin Jefferson is coming back. But Bengals with Jamar Chase, Joe Mixon, and Joseph Browning. I see Browning getting it done, smashing that -3 line. They've been playing some great football, and give me the over on that. Steelers, Colts. You got maybe Mitch Trubisky. I don't know if I'll. Kenny Pickett is coming in yet. Steelers, amazing defense. Colts, coming off of a loss. They got Colts -1.5, 42.5 for the over. These have been some very low-scoring games for the Steelers. Give me the under on this one and give me Indy -1.5. I like that line. Broncos, Lions, got Detroit -4.5. Over under 47.5. I am going Broncos +4.5. Broncos have been absolutely electric. Lions have looked like the old Lions, not the brand new Lions. So yeah, give me Broncos winning this game on the road. With old Russell Wilson just slinging it to Sutton. The Broncos +4.5. Lions. Yeah, give me the over on that game as well. It's a high over, Jesus. And then we got Sunday matchups: Falcons, Panthers, Bucks, Packers, Giants, Saints, Chiefs, Patriots, Washington, Rams, Ravens, Jaguars, Eagles, Seahawks, Cowboys, Bills, 49ers, Cardinals. We got Texans, Titans, Jets, Dolphins, and old Bears, Browns. We're going to take We're just going to go money line real quick off of these. We're going to go Browns, Joe Flacco getting it done. We're going to go Baker Mayfield getting it done for the Bucks. Texans, if they have CJ Stroud, I don't know if CJ's going to be in. I think CJ sits, and we get Texans with another win coming off of that Miami win. Ooh, Jets, Dolphins off of a loss. Jets with a solid defense, and Zach Wilson playing incredible football. Ooh, give me Tyreek Hill having a monster game. Give me Dolphins. Chiefs, Patriots. Zappy's not going to be able to sling it that much. Give me Chiefs. They're due for a win. Tommy DeVito versus Derek Carr right here. Give me Tommy DeVito. Pull off his 4th straight win. 0 interceptions. Nah, you can throw a pick. Whatever. Just win the game. Falcons, Panthers. Obviously, this is 100% Falcons. I don't know why it's -3. Falcons are winning this 100% out of the time. Commanders, Rams. Give me Rams. Rams. Been slinging it. 49ers, Cardinals. Obviously 49ers. Cowboys, Bills. Give me Dak Prescott. Another MVP performance. Taking down Buffalo on the road. They got Buffalo -2.5. The Cowboys get it done. Take down Josh Allen. Josh Allen throws his 10th pick in a row. And Dak Prescott has an MVP performance. Ravens, Jaguars. Oh, Jaguars been kind of struggling. Oh, give me Ravens have barely been pulling off these games. Give me Ravens on the road. LaMarcus Jackson getting it done. And then on our Monday slate, Monday game of the week, we got Eagles, Seahawks. Eagles coming off 2 straight losses to the 49ers and Dallas Cowboys. Only a -3 line. So, wow. Eagles defense not looking too solid. Seahawks kind of rolling with the offense. Eagles get back in the win column. They pull this one off. Give me Eagles. Smashing the -3. And give me the over in that game. All right, that's going to do it for us. We're going to end it on a classic NFL commercial. And that's going to do it for us.
Yeah! They hate it when I do this. Check it out.
Got these NFL athletes showing you why they are athletes.
Ready? Go!
Commercials just used to be better back in the day. Football used to just be better. Commercials just used to be better. Like, why aren't we making content like this? This is just great. Look at this.
Feeling.
This is Raphael.
Emotion. Reaching out.
It's a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. Oh. Who's he throwing it to? Both of them. Both of them, of course.
Last year, they know what I was capable of. This year, they still don't.
Like, Kansas City needs to recruit some of these receivers. Get them out of retirement. Get them on the field. They can obviously catch the ball.
Yeah!
So, instant classic of a commercial. Football was just better back in the day. It was just better. But that's going to do it for us, folks. Bandwagon Sports' second ever Friday show. Thank you, Bandwagoners, for tuning in. We're going to get out of here. You have a blessed day. Have a blessed weekend. We're going to see how my Wagon of the Week's picks did coming Monday. So that's what we'll touch on. We'll touch on UFC fights Monday. See how they did, how they fared. Go over some highlights. Watch some football. Go over some football highlights. But that'll be Monday, folks. All right, everybody. Peace out.